This is your practice this evening. I am just your guide. If you want to have a journal or a piece of paper just handy, if you feel any of these huge downloads that are taking place during our Lion's Gate, you're welcome to jot notes or experiences or feelings that might be coming up for you. This is a safe space, of course. So whatever you need to allow, release, let go, knowing that this road noise and these things happening outside of the building is just part of the practice. So just a little dialogue about the Lion's Gate, this powerful portal that's happening here, opening on July 28th and kind of closing. Of course, this is linear, right? But we know everything moves in a spiral and these vibrational patterns. Closing on 8-8, of course, the 8 being the symbol for infinity as well. Pretty neat. And so using this time to consciously manifest, of course. This is when the sun and Sirius, the star, it appears to look like two suns. And this is activating this portal between the physical and the spiritual. So the sheaths are thin. And another really neat is when what 8-8 is the peak of Stargate, and this is the certain position, and this is when Orion's belt becomes direct in alignment with the pyramids. It's just super powerful. They created them in this way. So all of this energy being beamed to us is to aid, of course, within the human race. Our advancement is to help raise our consciousness of ourselves and the planet. So it's tapping into that new experience of yourself that is elevated above and beyond what you're currently going through. So it's a good time right now to take a look at patterns. Of course, with Venus also in retrograde, we're being propelled with all of these past, maybe in relationships or love. All of this is now coming again for us to take another look at. So potentially, what is no longer serving you, and what are the next steps for manifestation? And this energy of Sirius is received strongly through the heart and the third eye. So we're going to be doing, you guys will cuss at me tomorrow when we're doing our navel point stuff tonight, because we're pumping it up to the heart, right? We're gonna feel that tomorrow for sure. So the choice now is to do what deep down we know in our gut we need to do. And this isn't immediate, this is over time, but this is the time now to listen to these feelings and to move ourselves into that higher vibration. We have a couple mantra sheets in front of us. We'll be chanting the opening Adi mantra 3 times together. This is very traditional Kundalini-esque. I'm going to also review with everybody Breath of Fire. So this is such a fun class to come to, being completely new. This is a lot of Kundalini. It's fantastic. So this Breath of Fire is a bouncy, light, fun, playful breath. It's also called Kalabati breathing in India. This is the yogic term for it. It will be a navel pumping breath. I like to have new students stick out their tongue like a dog and pant like a dog. So our inhale is just natural, our exhale is forced, right? And not like forced, like powerful. It's just bouncy, fun. Now, once you get it out through the mouth, let's close the mouth and try it through the nose.
Mucus will move.
Yes. So go ahead and inhale. And exhale, let it go. So you'll feel this cooling happen. You'll feel this cleansing and clearing happen. If there's any dizziness, go ahead and just come back to your normal inhale, your normal exhale. We're doing a lot of breath of fire tonight. More than I would ever normally do for a full moon, but considering that I didn't even know it was the full moon when I scheduled this, I just scheduled it for Lionsgate. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, it's a full moon too. Okay. So usually we do a little bit more meditation, but lots of breath of fire. So just listen to your body. If you need to reground, just reground and let it go. Or whatever movement we're doing, maybe continue the movement just with a nice inhale and exhale. Okay. So, breath of fire covered, good. Opening mantra we'll chant 3 times. The Mangalasharan mantra, which is on the next sheet, we'll chant 3 times. And you don't have to chant, you can just listen too. And then we're going to chant again after that because it's fun. And this is the 3.5 cycle Laya Yoga meditation. Those little cards are for you guys to keep. Ek Onkar, Satnam, Siri Wahe Guru. I will listen to a song with that, and it'll be easy to follow along. So we'll really enter into this meditative space now. So if there's any questions to start, and you, of course you can ask questions throughout if something's coming up, like, it's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and rub the palms of the hands together. Creating a little heat in the palms being that connection to the heart space. And then hands come into the heart. Really bury those thumbs into the sternum, applying about 5 pounds of pressure through the hands. Connecting with the breath, inhale and exhale. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, really arriving in our space, arriving in our body. One more, inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale to tune in. time, palms face up or face down. Just rest for a moment in the vibration. This golden chain connecting us to our higher self, connecting us to all teachers who've come before. This protective light surrounding each of us, our communities, and the world. Noticing any shift that has possibly taken place for you. And then staying in this meditative space for this chant Ek Onkar, Satnam, Siri Waheguru, Satnam, Siri Waheguru. On this really pulling the navel in and up. Waheguru Ek Onkar, Satnam, Siri 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 Waheguru. Last time. Satnam, Siri Waheguru. Inhale. Suspend through the breath. Engage mul bond or root lock. A kegel up and in. Exhale, release. Sit within this vibration for a moment. Feeling this presence between your soul and destiny. This mantra helps activate our purpose, focuses our true attention on our truest priorities. A mantra for progression and expansion. Just noticing what you feel and where you feel it in the body. knowing there is no right or wrong. This is personal. This is us connecting to our heart space, and in return connecting to our source consciousness. Taking one more inhale and exhale. Inhale, open through the eyes. Bring ourselves back to the room for a moment. We're going to roll down to our backs. So we go back and forth between these different realms, these higher and lower triangles within the body. The lower chakras, the higher chakras. The heart is where these triangles are connected. And this is where this Lion's Gate portal is being extra manifested in, is our heart space. So let's lay on our back for a moment. Comfortable. Long, slow, deep breathing, just for a minute, trust me. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Connecting into the body, into the heart space. Now, throughout the course of this Kriya, as we call it, a series of asanas, the spiral that we take to move the energy up to the heart space, you can come back to this position at any point. You can come back to a child's pose. Wherever you feel called, you can come back here. So we're going to add the breath of fire in while we're on our back. And you'll notice how this feels. But before we do that, let's bring our legs up to 90 degrees. Just, let's just toss that in there. If you'd like to bring your hands underneath your lower back or your sacrum, palms face down to help support your lower back, this is always an option. Our knees can stay bent too. Now we're going to be here, and let's begin a breath of fire. You guys are taking the easy way up. Let's bring these legs all the way up 90 degrees. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Now our tongue can be out. We can pant like a dog if we need. So we have so much going on. Our legs are engaged. Our lower back is down on the mat. Our torso, our head, and our neck are not doing much. We're pumping through the navel space with our breath of fire. Beautiful. We're here for 30 more seconds. Of course, move if you need. Or just come back to the normal inhale and exhale. But this is part of the Kundalini challenge, is to challenge the sympathetic nervous system, make ourselves uncomfortable as long as there's no pain. What can we learn from the discomfort? We're almost there. You guys are doing great. And inhale. And exhale, release, soles down to the mat, bend through the knees. We're not going to be here long, but we're going to come into a slightly different position. We're going to alternate our leg lifts. Now, we can either do this from a bent knee or a straight leg, depending on what works for your body. And go ahead and proceed when you're ready. We're really activating activating the lower abdominals, keeping that lower back grounded on the mat, and always coming back to just the soft inhale and the exhale, and continuing with the legs. This is always an option. We're only here for a couple minutes. We can do anything for a couple minutes, you guys. We're setting up this energetic space for all of the manifestation and the light to come through. We're pumping through the navel, bringing the energy up to the heart. Safely in your body. Halfway there. Now don't get mad at me, but we'll continue breath of fire. Let's crisscross the legs. Just in whatever cadence works for you. We can also keep the knees bent. I promise we'll rest soon. Really rooting down through the lower back, through the abs. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Keep the soles of the feet on the mat. We're relaxing here for a moment. If you'd like to continue breath of fire while you're here, you're welcome to. And then we either keep our legs in this position and we do double leg lifts, or we can stretch the legs all the way out. I prefer to keep my knees bent to help my lower back. Continue breath of fire. We're activating those 72,000 nerve centers or nadis on the navel point. This is a very, very powerful place on our body, physically as well as energetically. Okay, legs up 90 degrees, crisscross again, breath of fire. You didn't know we signed up for a CrossFit tonight. Now these last 30 seconds, as fast as your little legs can move comfortably. And let it go, legs come down, relax. Stretch out through the legs. Come back to the soft inhale, the soft exhale. focusing on that intentional inhale, intentional exhale. We just spent this time developing that strength needed to transmute that past or any old habits. We allow for that body to experience the discomfort, to experience that heat. Enjoying relaxation here for a moment. Exhale. Taking an inhale and exhale. Let's hug the knees into the chest. So in this Kundalini Kriya, we take Shavasanas and then more Shavasanas. We want to transmute the energy across each nervous system. Let's go ahead and either roll over to our left side, or if you want to rock back and forth, up and down on the spine, to eventually come into an easy seat. You can also come to the left side and help yourself up with your hands. So we got the navel center stuff out of the way. Let's just come to our easy seat here for a moment. So we want to continue focusing, of course, tapping in and feeling into the lower chakras, whatever might be going on. Allow this to come up into the heart space to purify. So we'll be in our easy seat. Let's bring our hands up on our shoulders, or if our shoulders, we can also have our arms out to the side in like Yan Mudra. I find it's easier to it's more aerodynamic if we have our hands just kind of resting on our shoulders. And we're going to inhale left, exhale right, a very slight twist in the thoracic spine. It's not breath of fire, it's just a powerful, intentional inhale, exhale. Inhale left, exhale right. Staying grounded in the sit bones. Our armpits are open, so we're pumping through our lymph, moving through the armpits, the endocrine. We're inhaling left, the receptive, feminine side, exhaling right, the masculine, giving side. We are in these postures anywhere between 2 and 11 minutes. We're going to do 11 here. I'm just kidding. We're going to do 2 minutes here. This is when things drastically change within the biochemistry, changes within the neural networks in the brain, the circulatory system. And of course, if there's pain, we stop. If there's discomfort, what can we learn from this discomfort? Almost there. Let's come to the center. Let's keep the arms held high. Let's inhale, suspend, or breathe. Normal inhale and exhale. Keep the arms lifted, exhale. Let's inhale. Suspend, engage, mul band. Kegel, feel that energy between the root and the collarbones. Circulating at the navel center. Exhale, we'll keep them lifted one more time. Inhale. Suspend. And exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Sit for a moment. Notice any shifts. Begin to roll through the neck. We're continuing to inhale and exhale our sat and our nam. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam, continuing to roll through the neck. And then reversing directions when it feels appropriate. We're dispersing this energy up and around through the arc line into the aura. Coming to a close, finding stillness in the center. Our energy field runs 6 to 10 feet out from our body. So keeping this aura and this energetic space immeshable as well as the physical. We're in charge of our energy. We can hold ourselves accountable for our vibration. Let's stretch the legs out long in front. Life nerve stretch. Inhale through the crown of the head and exhale, forward fold. Hands rest wherever they are. Visualizing maybe a connection with our fingers and our thumbs on our big toe. Visualizing this circuit of energy. Our knees can stay bent if the hamstrings are tight, and we're breathing long, slow, deep, intentionally. Neutral spine from the hips up through the crown of the head. This is a deeply healing posture for our root chakra. The space at the base of the spine. Security, stability. We continue to listen to the Guru Ram Das mantra. Guru Ram Das was the 4th Sikh guru. He was known for his healing energy. So allowing anything that no longer serves to come up to the heart space and then give and over to the universal source. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. And then inhale, walk yourself back up to center. Just feeling what we feel. Let's go ahead and roll over to our hands and our knees. So in Kundalini Kriya Yoga, our cat-cow is slightly different than what we may be used to. Now let's check in with our alignment. If our wrists are sore, we can bring our hands to fists. That's okay. The eyes of the elbows face in towards each other. So rotating slightly energetically and physically. The eyes of the elbows face each other. Our knees are right under our hips where they're comfortable. And we're looking straight down, so our spine is completely neutral, maybe tucking slightly through the tailbone. Engaging through the abdomen. This is true of all cat-cows, this alignment. Now our Kundalini cat-cow, once we feel the spine start to warm, we'll quicken our pace. I like to gaze at the third eye rather than have the eyes open. So we'll inhale, the belly to drop, the hips come high. We gaze up at the third eye. And exhale, we arch through the spine. So our sat, we drop, we inhale. Our nam, we exhale, we arch. Let's stay here. With your breath. Once our breathing becomes a little deeper, we can quicken our pace along with our breath. We're not collapsing through the lower back, we're strong through the core. We're gazing at the third eye. And we're continuing to move this energy up. We even begin to maybe play with a root lock, mul band, a slight kegel. Being that we are the creators of our life, we contain this energy within us to direct as we see fit. If we start to feel dizzy, we come back to a soft inhale, exhale. We can always come to child's pose. We're only here for a few more. I won't say whether that's seconds or minutes. Time is simply an illusion after all. We move through the physical body so that we can sit longer and longer through our meditations. This is the point. "30 seconds, we got this." Now on our next inhale, keep the belly dropped. Inhale, suspend, engage. And exhale, child's pose, release. Big toes come to touch, knees come wide, let it go. Forehead comes down to the mat or melts to a block or a blanket. We come back to the soft inhale, soft exhale. Connecting back in with your heart. What do you feel there? we can be safe and secure within that heart space of our own body, then we can truly connect to that divinity within us. In child's pose, it is a physical posture meant to surrender the mind to the heart, as the heart is physically above the head in child's pose. So rather than allowing the ego and the mind to run the show, we allow the heart. Taking one more inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Bringing awareness to the hands, stretching out through the hands, inhaling and exhaling. And then using the hands to help inhale, guide our way back up. Sit it on our heels if it feels comfortable, or easy pose, cross-legged. We can always bring a blanket in between the heels and the bum. We're going to do a spinal flex. So our chin will stay parallel to the ground. We'll inhale the heart forward, exhale back. Super similar to cat-cow, engaging through the belly button, protecting the lower back, really tipping through the pelvis. Maybe playing with that mula bandh, that root lock at the base of the spine, the pelvic floor, containing the energy up within the body. Let's take 3 more here. And then inhale in the center, suspend. Hold it in. And exhale, release. Go ahead, roll off. Just come to an easy seat and rest for a moment. And of course, if this easy seat isn't comfortable, we can move our legs out. We're not confined to this space. The reason we sit like this is we're a pyramid shape, and pyramid and that triangle in sacred geometry being the strongest shape. Also, our legs are that figure 8. Oh yeah. You can be whatever's comfortable. It's about keeping the physical body comfortable when we're in our seat. And if that means sitting in a chair too, it's completely okay. So we're gonna do something really fun, you guys. We're gonna get back into the breath of fire here. So it was only fitting to do a lion's paw breath of fire with the Lionsgate portal, of course. So our lion's paw is not comfortable by any means, but it is powerful. So our paw is this tension within the hands and the fingers. So we're like pretending we have claws, right? So you'll feel that tension. And this is going to be uncomfortable. So don't do it yet. Because we're going to be here for a little while. This is like Kundalini initiation, like hard. So just listen to your bodies. Whatever, come out of it if you need. Just bring your hands down, come to a soft, easy breath. Because this is pretty intense. This is Lion's Paw Breath of Fire for resetting the brain's electromagnetic field. So while we're doing this breath of fire, we'll be moving this lion's paw up and over the crown of the head. Of course, right? Of course. So you'll feel as you start to move through this how you want to be grounded, you want to be comfortable. We're engaged through the pelvic floor to help support us. And then this breath of fire and your arms will come into a cadence. You'll naturally find your cadence. And it doesn't have to be, a very, very fast breath of fire. You'll feel it. And you can transition between tongue out or in. Typically everything's done through the nose. The nose is able to cleanse and clear and purify more than a mouth breath. Of course, there is potency with in-mouth breathing too. We can cool the body down quicker when we, or through a curled tongue. But that's not necessarily the point of this specific Kriya. So being within these lion's paws, we are putting this pressure and this tension on these meridians, these acupressure points that run up through the fingertips, up through the arm. And these also specifically connect with the hemispheres of the brain. Now, when we come up and over, we'll alternate the cross of our wrists. So you'll notice that might feel a little tricky sometimes. You might even slam your hands into each other, and that's okay. This is all part of the practice and the experience. It's a game to take us out of this brain, thinking mind, into these movements with our breath so we can be free and clear to sit in meditation. So like I said earlier, keep grounding if you need. This is, when we move from this to the next one, it's gonna really, we're gonna be on cloud nine. So our hands will come to cross over the crown of the head, and if you even want to cross in front of you too, this is another good option just for those with shoulder injuries or tight shoulders. And this is going to have an effect on this brain and this electromagnetic field. It's also moving through our aura, we're literally changing the magnetic field around our body. So super powerful. And then we're going to do this for a while. And then right immediately after, I'll have you guys come down, and I just want to practice it now so we can move right into it, so you can feel it. We're going to move into a chant, and it goes Ong So Hung. Ong So Hung. So it's like the beginning Ong. This is that universal vibration. It's like Om. It's this all-encompassing frequency that created the universe and created our cells. Ong So Hung is this, it's like an offering to the universe. Whenever there's an un at the end, it's a connection with source. So we'll move immediately from this lion's paw into Ong So Hung, and that will be played with a mantra. I'm going to also come around while we're doing this lion's paw with the drum. And I'm going to drum around just to kind of keep us grounded more while we are floating away. So we're doing both things. So yeah, and then it'll move immediately from Ong So Hung into a lying down position. So at any point where you feel like, okay, I'm Ong So Hunged out, just go onto the back, get comfortable, and listen to the rest of Ong So Hung on your back, and then it'll go immediately into just a remarkable song that I think you guys will love. And then I'll let you guys float away for a while, and I will do this to get you to come back to earth. We'll do a little grounding. Okay. So let's go ahead and set our arms up for this lion's paw. Like I said, I'll get the drum out here in just a second when I show you guys. So we'll start parallel. Yeah, if you guys wanna, one of you come forward, one of you come back. Perfect. And then just kind of play with it. Find where your breath of fire. So you'll find your cadence. We'll keep the fingers tense. Find that tension. Listen to the grounding sound of the drum with your breath. Pressurizing here. Activating the pituitary, stimulating the pineal gland. We're increasing our radiance. Giving yourself grace. Moving how and when you need, breathing how and when you need. Keep a light, fun, bouncy breath. Feel that support. Resting the arms and continuing the breath. Even visualizing the movement of the arms in your mind, same thing. Visualizing that tension in the hands, putting pressure on that nervous system. for you. We're almost there. Less than 2 minutes to go. Tension in the fingers. Hold the hands out parallel to the floor. Inhale. And with our tongue outstretched, exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Let it go. Sit with the palms face up on the lap. Coming back to the soft inhale and the soft exhale. We'll move into our Om So Hum. Really focusing on that projection within the nasal conch. Om So Hum. Continuing to recover, sitting in stillness. relaxing completely and deeply into your sacred heart space. bringing your awareness back to your breath. Bringing your awareness to your third eye. And imagining yourself as your future self. What you might be doing, how you might be feeling. Feeling yourself as your future self. Allowing any visualization to be pictured on the screen that plays behind closed eyes. Your wildest dreams being manifested in co-creation with the universe. Staying so focused on this future vibration as if it is inevitable that it will happen. Noticing when ego or mental body comes up to talk you out of it. And allowing that to go. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale. Continuing to visualize. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wiggling through the fingers. Wiggling through the toes. Bringing the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet together and rubbing. Hugging the knees into the chest. softly rocking back and forth through the lower back. And then allowing yourself to fall onto the right side. Feeling this support, this earth underneath us. We remind ourselves that we can come back to this feeling at any point through the course of our day, our month, our year, our lifetime. As we begin to roll over a little farther, the hands will help bring us back up into a seated position. Finding our sit bones, let's reconnect down through the core of the earth, growing roots down. And then inhaling that earth energy coming up to the heart. Exhaling in the heart. Let's inhale, connect all the way up through the crown of the head. And then exhale that energy back down to the heart. Coming back to the soft inhale and exhale, visualizing that circle of energy coming up through the spine and around the body. Let's rub the palms of the hands together. Hands come into our heart space. Reconnecting with the acupressure points on the sternum. We're going to close this charged space this evening with let's do 3 long satnams. So just following my lead, let's take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale to prepare. Slowly open through the eyes, bringing ourselves back to our body, back to the room. Satnam, friends. May this Lionsgate portal bless you in all the ways. Give yourself some moments here, drink some water. Notice what you feel over the course of the evening into the days leading up to 8/8. And allow. guys have any questions? I might have